If you're watching this video, I just want to first acknowledge that trust is really hard, especially if you've dealt with bad relationships in the past, if you've never really been able to trust someone before. And I also want to mention that I am in no way, shape, or form fully healed from all of my trust issues and things like that. But I just wanted to share with you some things that have seriously helped me. And yeah, I hope this helps you too. This is kind of a video to my younger self in a way to help me overcome those fears and anxieties. So, first off, I want to say if you're actually seeing signs of betrayal or, just shady things that your husband or boyfriend is doing, this is not a video for you. This is if you know deep down inside that you have a good partner, that you have a good man, and you just still can't bring yourself to trust him. So, yes, this is for those of you who do have a good man and know it deep down, but you need a little extra help. I didn't have the best relationship with my parents growing up. And I think that's where some of this stems from. It's like really hard for me to trust men in general and just like the way I grew up. But it's also I made a lot of bad decisions and liked a lot of not good guys. So that's also part of it too. The first step you have to do if you ever want to heal from your anxiety and fear and mistrust in your husband or your boyfriend is take full responsibility for your mistrust. Like, I wasted so much time when I was dating my husband. So much time I wasted on blaming him, on blaming circumstances, on blaming my past and everything else but me. And that is what kept me stuck. Like, you will never heal unless you take full responsibility for your fears, your thoughts, and the way you look at the world. Like, that's the only way you're going to be able to fully let go, when you take full responsibility for your accusations, your fears, and your negative outlook on men or your husband or your boyfriend in general. So here's the second thing. That was the first thing. Take accountability for your part. And if you're not ready to do that, you're not ready to heal. I'm just going to say it. Now, number 2 is where we kind of get into the healing part and the digging in. Identify like your triggers. Like for me, mistrust of my husband was like, it's really embarrassing for me to admit, but like anytime we were around like a really pretty girl or anything, like I would totally go in defensive mode and be like watching him to see if he was gonna look at her and check her out. And then like all my thoughts were, oh, he would rather be with her, like he wants her, like all the negative thoughts would just start taking over my mind and my body. So the second thing, identify your triggers. Like, what are the things that trigger that anxiety and that fear? And I would also encourage you to write all these down. Like, I feel like for me, writing things down just helps me digest and remember them more. So then when you write down your trigger, you're able to recognize it as a trigger next time. And a lot of times, the way I like to think of it as like the next time you're triggered, try to frame it as it's practice. It's practice for you to heal and to look at the world in a better way, in a better light, instead of getting caught up on the negativity train of thoughts. Like, try to think of it as a practice round. Even if you do have a bad thought, like, that's the thing. I still have bad thoughts. They're just way less loud, and they don't take over my whole day and my whole body and mind anymore. Like, I feel like, and I think someday they will go away. And I think some people don't even struggle with this at all. And sometimes it doesn't frustrate me, but like I just wish it was that way for me. But we're getting there. Anyways, but identify the triggers that you have. Like, is it, when your partner puts his phone away and you felt like you just walked in the room and you're like, is he hiding something? Or like, just identify different triggers that you have and write them down. So once you write your triggers down, the next thing you need to do is, I have a relationship with Jesus, and I think everyone should have a relationship with Jesus. The next thing though that you're gonna do, so you've realized your triggers, you know what triggers you. Next time you do have a trigger, you're like, oh, this is practice for me. I can do this. Like, instead of getting so caught up in all the negative thoughts and things that I'm telling myself, I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to tell Jesus, like, God, this is how I feel right now. Like, I do not feel good. I don't feel like I can trust him. I don't feel like he's trustworthy. Like, all the things that pop up in your head, tell Jesus. First thing. Next thing, I want to affirm myself. I am whole and complete in Jesus. I do not need my husband's or my boyfriend's validation to know that I am valuable and I'm cool and I'm funny and I'm sexy and I'm fun to be around. And there's a reason why my husband married me. Like, there's a reason why. Realize that if you do have a relationship with Jesus, you do not have to try to protect yourself. Like, Jesus is there to protect you. And that doesn't mean that we won't have bad things happen to us, but it means that God will always take care of you. God is always with you. Like, no matter what you go through, God always, Jeremiah, that's not the right verse. Yes, it is. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, saith the Lord. Plans to give you hope and a future, plans to prosper you. Like, God has your best plan in mind. He knows what that looks like. And like, all the things that we have to go through to get there, like, so be it. Don't you want a better life? Like, come on. Anyways, just know that Jesus has your back. Like, if people stab you in the back, he's going to be the one that takes care of them. Like, that's not your responsibility to do that. So just another thing, keep that in mind. Tell yourself that, like, I don't need to worry about like what my husband is doing. Like, and even like, this is also in the frame of mind of like, your husband isn't actually doing anything wrong. Like, this is you're telling yourself that he wants another girl and he wants this. Like, this just helps me get out of the mind of that I need to control him or he's gonna go away. Like, I need to put all my faith in Jesus. Like, there's another verse in the Bible that says, don't trust man, trust God. Like, God is truly the only trustworthy but God. The next thing is, so once you like pray, affirm yourself, take time to be thankful for like the things that God has given you. Like, oh, I like this about myself. I like that I like cars. I like that I like my smile, I like my eyes, I like my hair. Like, tell yourself, we're basically just reassuring yourself of why you like you. Like, what's not to like about you? And if you don't know, you need to do some soul searching and write it down. The next thing is build your self-trust. Now, I know this is like a huge thing where a lot of people say building self-trust is going to the gym when you say you're going to, and I totally agree with that. But it can be a lot simpler too. Like, when you tell yourself, oh, I need to call this person back, or I'm going to call my friend today, I'm going to call Kate today. Like, you do those simple tasks and that builds your self-trust. One of the things that I realized, I felt like I was having a hard time trusting my husband because I didn't trust my own judgment and I didn't trust myself. And part of that is just from me making bad decisions in the past. And then the other part of that is just me not having any self-trust, whenever I said I was going to do something, I didn't do it because I changed my mind later. Like when you say you're going to go to a group, do it. When you're going to go to an event, do it. Like follow through with stuff. Like unless you're in a car accident or throwing up sick, you don't have to. But like any other excuse is not okay. Like you have to show up for yourself and what you say you're going to do. If you tell yourself, I'm going to start reading the Bible every day, like you better do it. Set an alarm. Do something to and if you, like me, like have a hard time just remembering what you say, write it down, girl. Get a to-do list. Do something. Write it down. Make reminders for yourself so you can remember and so you can follow through on what you say you're going to do. Also, I just want to say I am in no way perfect at all of this. Like I still struggle with, doing all the things that I tell myself I'm going to do, but I'm definitely way better at it than I was. So it just takes practice, like little things at a time. It doesn't have to be a huge commitment where you're like, I'm going to go to the gym 7 days a week and wake up at 5 a.m. and do this and do that. Like start off with little things and just slowly start to build your self-trust and like your self-worth. It so helps. When you trust yourself, you can trust other people. Okay, I think this is number 5, but we're going to be talking about our minds. Controlling our minds and realizing what goes into our minds. So I want you to start paying attention to what you tell yourself on the daily. Like when you're at work, are you constantly like, I hate my job. I wish I wasn't here. I want to be home and be watching Netflix. Like, what are you telling yourself? Like, are you complaining about the rude customer that you had, that morning or whatever? Like, just take time in your day to realize what thoughts that you're feeding yourself. It is way easier for our minds to focus on the negative than the positive. And the negative is way more, how do I say this? Like impactful, like it creates a dent in our minds. And so does positivity, but positivity is a lot harder for our minds to automatically go to. So we have to exercise our minds to automatically go to that positive thing. So just throughout the day, realize, how are you talking to yourself? And what are you looking at? What are you noticing? Something that I noticed with myself throughout the week. Like I would notice things that would affirm my beliefs that I had about men. So because I had such a horrible outlook on men are bad, like I just did not trust men at all. I didn't. But during my week, I would look for things to affirm that. Like I would see one of my, just for example, this isn't an actual situation, I'm just making this up, but say like my boss who I know is married would be like talking to one of the younger nurses. And even if it was totally innocent, totally like work related, fine, like casual conversation, I would automatically download that as, oh, he wants to sleep with her. Like my brain would always look for all the things of why I believed that men are bad. And it's so horrible for your mind. So yeah, just realize what you're feeding yourself. What are you noticing? What are you telling yourself when you see those situations? Like also, I know this is a huge thing, even for me still, but like social media, like when you're scrolling, I noticed this. This is another thing I noticed. Because my brain wanted to look for the reasons of why I didn't trust men, on my feed, I would always watch the horrible videos that are like, oh, my husband of 6 years cheated on me and did this and he didn't love me and all this stuff. And because I would watch it, obviously, my algorithm would feed me more of it. It's a constant cycle of negativity. You have to notice this stuff and to realize it, to break it, to take control of it. So just realize, what are you feeding yourself? What are you feeding yourself with your thoughts? What are you feeding yourself with your social media? What are you noticing in the world? What are you choosing to think about the world? You need to become hyper vigilant and hyper aware of what you're thinking, because until you realize what you're thinking, you're not going to be able to change it. Okay, also, I'm going to give credit to my husband for this. My husband taught me this, and there's probably a better name for it. I call it the positive 5X rule. Whenever now that you're starting to notice all the negative patterns and all the negative things that you're feeding yourself on a daily basis, one negative thought requires 5 positive thoughts to undo the negative damage that thought did to your brain. So, for example, when I'm at work and I'm like, oh, this day sucks, I hate my job, I'm like, nope, that was negative, and that's not a good way to look at this wonderful experience I have, that I get to learn new things, that I get to connect with new people, and I get to make money. So I need to change that. So I think of 5 positive things. I liked that one customer that complimented my hair today. I like that I'm able to make money. I like that I have the ability to choose where I work. I like you need to take your power back, And like a way that I do this with trust is, I'm just gonna say, like, kind of convert it back to trust. Like, whenever I have a bad thought of like, oh, my husband probably wishes he had her as a wife. Like, she has big boobs and a big butt and whatever. Like, I'm gonna be like, excuse me, nope. I'm sexy, I'm hot, and I'm funny. My husband loves me so much, he would never do anything to hurt me or our relationship. And then I love myself and my personality. And I am so safe in Jesus. I am free from all this anxiety and fear. And I'm whole and complete in Jesus. So you have to replace the negative for the positive. And like, if 5 times isn't enough, do it more. Another thing I've noticed is sometimes when I'm in those negative, like, thought patterns, I guess, that negative cycle, sometimes it's hard for me to think of positive things. So a tip I have, on your notes app, put all these positive 5, put 5 positive thoughts, or 10. I have I think it's like 10 positive thoughts. And then I have a whole letter that I wrote about my husband. Like, I wrote it when I was feeling safe and loved, and like, I knew that he was, the one for me, and just when I was feeling very grounded and safe and loved. And so I wrote this whole letter about my husband, basically talking myself out of all the fear and anxiety that I have. Like, because I knew the things that I struggle with. So I specifically was talking to myself that struggles. And it so helps. So even when you're in that negative cycle and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't think of anything positive, go to your phone, go to your notes app, just start reading it. Read it, connect with it, take a breath, like, really try to change your mind and focus on the positive things. At the end of the day, trust is a choice, bottom line. I told myself for a long time that, like, it wasn't, and this is just the way I was, and all this stuff. But trust, like, your mind follows the actions that you take. So if you stop yourself from accusing your husband or your boyfriend or like whatever, or if you stop like constantly wanting to check his phone and checking his phone and stuff, like, your mind will start to follow that. And it's like, it is a choice. Bottom line, it's a choice to put your trust in someone else and to be open to hurt and love and a relationship. So just as an encouragement, but also some tough love, like, if you really truly know deep down that like this person is trustworthy, it's up to you It is completely up to you to make sure that you trust him and you have a good, healthy relationship. I realize I got a little intense there, so I apologize, but I so hope that this video is helpful for you. I am in no way, shape, or form an expert on this, but these are just some things that have truly helped me become more grounded and more happy and more free. Like when I have anxiety and fear like that, like I put myself in a box and I feel so afraid and so like stuck almost. Like these things have seriously helped me just feel free again and feel like I have the power to be myself and not get stuck in those negative thought patterns. So leave a comment down below of your, actually, no, I'm gonna change that. Leave a comment down below of something that you like about yourself. Choose one thing, 2 things, 5 things, 10 things, whatever you want. Say something positive about yourself. What do you like about you? Like when you have the assurance of, I'm good, all I need is Jesus, and I am whole and complete in Jesus. I'm beautiful, I'm funny, I like this about myself, I like my personality. You don't need the validation from your husband. Like, yeah, it's nice to be, have your husband be like, oh, you're pretty, but you don't need it. I feel like when you don't trust someone, you rely on that person's actions to fulfill your needs. And it's like, that's not okay. Like nobody else can fulfill like all of your needs. You need to do that. Jesus needs to do that. We can't even do that ourselves. God needs to do that. So yeah, leave a comment down below of a positive thing that you like about yourself. And if this video was helpful for you, please subscribe. I talk about all sorts of things on this channel. I go over beauty stuff, makeup, permanent makeup. I'm a permanent makeup artist if you didn't know that. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Mwah.